know that those structures are there, makes you work even harder to show people, to get them out. And you find out on many other planets, well, you have all these beautiful structures that are right there for everyone to look at and understand. So the ones who do find these in their pictures and are feeling frustrated not being able to prove anything to anyone, well, don't. Just seep in all the knowledge and enjoy being one of the few people that can understand, comprehend what's on the surface of these planets, which is just absolutely amazing. Thanks for joining me, everyone, once again. And for those who are just joining the channel for the first time, I greatly appreciate the interest. Now, what are we looking at here? This is Tycho Crater. Just a quick clip. I'm working on this one. Look inside all the structures and the tunnels around it. And I say tunnels, they look like tunnel structures because they're far out. But let's go to Mare Frigoris. Here, Mare Frigoris at the back, north side of the moon. I want to explain to you what the structures look like, guys. When you're looking for these massive boulder-like objects are cities, okay? And on top of them are structures. Each and every one of these round, sphere-like, rock-like, flat turtleback objects have cities on it. We are going to get in a little closer, and this is the second time, by the way, that I'm doing this video. Yeah, man, you should have heard me screaming. I erased the entire video. So I'm sort of re-saying the same things that I said in the first one, but I don't know if some people are like me. When I make a video, it comes from the heart, and I'm watching the footage, and when I think of something, boom, I usually say it right away. But anyways, make a long story short, we are seeing the north side of the moon in color, and these flat purple like carpets on top are where the structures are. There are many type of buildings just like here on Earth that are on these structures, but it's always the level that we are at. It's understanding where we are at how high we are off the surface. See, now we zoom in now again. So now we're literally a couple of thousands of feet off the ground. Why do I say this? Because we're seeing the beginning of the structures. There is a smoke or a haze. It has to be one or the other. Is it a cloud? Or is there atmosphere on the moon? Or is this industrial smoke? It has to be one or the other. I said this in the other video that I erased, but I'm going to say it again. When I post-process these photos, like when you're post-processing photos of stars, you have to add a little bit of color, and this is what obtains the colors in deep space, for example, and in the color of stars. The camera and telescope rules out a star is too bright. This is why we have to post-process photos. The stars are too bright and there's too much colors emanating from it, so the telescope picks up a white light, then needs to be post-processed and color added. Well, this is what I'm doing to the moon, and this is how I'm getting color on the surface of the moon by adding very little color. Very interesting, guys. If I add 100% color to this, everything disappears. It stays gray. It's funny. I can only add a very little percent of color to this photo, and that will give me the massive color that's in the real photo. So I'm not colorizing this, I'm bringing out the real color that's in the photo. And look how much color is in these gray photos. These are gray photos that I'm taking color out of. So look at the color, the massive color that's inside of these photos, and the structures are sitting there in the dark just waiting for us to pull them out. And now we're seeing these layers here at the back, north side of the moon of Mare Frigoris. Now look at the color that's coming out. This is natural color coming out of the photo, not colorized, but upped the colors taken out of the photo. Like I say, you can only add a little bit of color. I was putting the color all the way up to get these structures, but it wasn't working because, oh, look at this. This is the section where I was closest at the back. I'm working on at Mare Frigoris, and imagine, not even the best photos, but still a beautiful view of some of the structures and the massive cities. Everyone, the ones just joining this channel, please take a look at this properly with your eyes. Focus and adjust your eyes. These are cities that we're seeing on the surface of the moon. The moon is very colorful, but the photos have to be post-processed. It's hard to believe, I know, but it's really not hard to do. And once you start doing it yourself by understanding how post-processing photos work, you can do it yourself at home with free software. Now look at the beautiful structures at the back. They're all like buildings as high as very massive buildings. We're seeing them off the surface. If we zoom out on Earth here in a helicopter and just zoom out of Earth, fly out real high up and look down, the only thing you're going to see is Hoover Dam. There's not much you can see once you get up there. So if we're starting to see surface structures, it's because we are really close. Look at the purple at the back, all the colors, white structures, massive structures, geometrical structures. They're all starting to come out in every section of the moon. I've been working on many sections. For those just joining, again, please check my other videos. I have hundreds, I can't believe it, but yes, hundreds of videos of other planets and even the moon that is entirely filled with all these beautiful structures. It's really beautiful to see. I mean, it's an amazing